They called him the Zodiac Killer, a name that still sends chills through American history, not because he was ever caught, but because he never was. More than half a century later, his identity remains unknown, his crimes unresolved, and his letters still studied, still debated, still feared. This is the story of the Zodiac Killer, a man who didn't just murder, but demanded to be remembered, and succeeded. Northern California, late 1968. The summer is coming to an end. Young couples drive along dark rural roads, thinking they're alone. They aren't. December 20th, 1968. Lake Herman Road, Benicia, California. David Faraday and Betty Lou Jensen are parked in a quiet lover's lane. A car pulls up behind them. At first, nothing seems unusual. Then a man steps out. He doesn't speak much. He shoots David in the head. Betty Lou runs. He chases her down and shoots her 5 times in the back. She dies in the cold. There are no witnesses, no suspects, just shell casings and silence. 6 months later, July 4th, 1969, Blue Rock Springs Park, Vallejo, another couple, Darlene Ferrin and Michael Mageau. Fireworks explode in the distance. A car approaches, leaves, then comes back. A man walks toward their vehicle with a flashlight and a gun. He fires multiple shots. Darlene is killed. Michael survives. Bleeding on the ground, he gives police a description. White male, short hair, heavy build. It's the first time the killer leaves a survivor, and the first time he makes a mistake. 1 month later, newspapers across California receive letters. 3 of them, each signed with a strange symbol, a circle with a cross through it. The writer claims responsibility for both shootings. Inside the letters are cryptograms, ciphers. He demands they be published, or he will kill again. The newspapers hesitate. Then another letter arrives. This one begins with words that will become infamous. I am the killer. The letters are published. The Zodiac is born. A school teacher and his wife solve one of his ciphers. It reads like a confession. The killer claims he murders to collect slaves for the afterlife. He never explains what that means. Only that killing is fun. September 27th, 1969. Lake Berryessa. Brian Hartnell and Cecilia Shepard are enjoying a picnic by the water. A man approaches wearing a black hood. On his chest, the Zodiac symbol. He ties them up, then calmly stabs them again and again. Cecilia dies 2 days later. Before leaving, the killer writes on Brian's car door the dates of his murders, his signature symbol, proof less than a month later. October 11th, 1969, San Francisco. Paul Stein, a taxi driver, picks up a passenger. Minutes later, Paul is shot in the head. The killer takes a piece of his shirt. This time, people see him. Teenagers watching from a window. Police officers nearly stop him. But due to a radio error, they let him walk away. The Zodiac disappears into the night. After the murder, more letters arrive. Inside them, pieces of Paul Stein's blood-stained shirt. The Zodiac mocks police. He boasts about escaping. He threatens school buses, claims he will kill children. America listens. Fear spreads. The letters become more erratic, more theatrical. He invents new ciphers. One of them, 340 characters long, will remain unsolved for more than 50 years. He sends greeting cards, maps, bomb diagrams, each message signed with the same symbol. Police investigate hundreds of suspects. One name stands out: Arthur Lee Allen, a convicted child molester, obsessed with the Zodiac, owned the same type of watch with the Zodiac symbol, lived near crime scenes, but there is no definitive proof, no DNA match, no conviction. the case goes cold. Then the letters stop. By 1974, the Zodiac vanishes. No confirmed murders, no messages, no explanation. Some believe he died. Others think he was imprisoned for another crime, or simply stopped. In 2020, the final cipher is cracked. It contains no names, no clues, only one chilling message. That he was not afraid of the gas chamber, that death would only send him to paradise. The Zodiac Killer officially claimed 5 victims, but he insisted there were more. We may never know the truth. We may never know who he was. But his real crime wasn't just murder. It was terror. A man who turned fear into a game, who used media as a weapon, who proved that sometimes the most dangerous monsters are the ones who vanish without a trace. And even now, decades later, the Zodiac is still watching us from the shadows of unsolved history, because some mysteries never die.